Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Channel 135 podcast. This is the show we talk about our favorite things in life, movies, TV series, and pop culture. I'm your host, Cams, and I'm here with the Uso. Coming on every week, we've got Eric. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, bro? Good to be back.
Yeah, man, we're doing good, man. We did 3 weeks in a row watching a movie every Tuesday night. It's
Yeah.
the cheap Tuesday nights at Event Cinemas here in New Zealand. And yeah, man, we're taking advantage of that every week and meeting up after work and going to check out what's new on the big screen, man.
Yeah, even better, eh? When you're like, what is it they offer? The cinema buzz thing, the sponsor
Yeah,
customer thing, which helps more with the discounts, I guess.
yeah,
So that's pretty cool too, especially
Yeah,
on
man.
Tuesday.
yeah. Especially on Tuesday when no one's around. But I prefer if there's
Ah.
a packed crowd in the movie theater when I watch the movies. Just get all that reaction. It's cool to get all the
Yeah,
reaction. It
yeah.
makes the experience worthwhile. Or it's a different experience, eh? But it's pretty cool, especially when you're watching a horror movie, right? When you're watching a
Yeah,
horror movie with a
yeah.
packed theater, so man, it's a good experience, man. It's like a roller coaster ride. And that's sort of like a segue into what we're going to talk about this episode. We're going to talk about horror movies in 2025 and the horror movie we saw last Tuesday, Black Phone 2. Right? So, yeah,
Oh.
man. But first, some housekeeping. We'll get into it. So, the Channel 135 podcast, you can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you get your podcasts, audio. You can also find us on our YouTube channel. We're on the WesWes Movies and TV YouTube channel. Click like and subscribe if you haven't. And you can also check us out on our website. We're part of the WesWes network. So our website is www.weswesnet.com. Go in there. And hopefully you find a few of my movie reviews on the website and links to all of the podcasts that are on the network. So all our sports podcasts and our other movie podcasts, the Late Returns Film Review. All right, yeah, man, we're here to talk about Black Phone 2. But before we get into that, man, 2025, man.
Yeah.
I watched a couple of horror movies this year, maybe more than that. But horror is one of my favorite genres, man. And I guess it's been ingrained in me, being a movie fan. Like,
Yeah.
ever since I was young. Like, I think I got it from my parents. Because my parents, you know how our parents, specific parents, are religious, right? Go to church and that. And back in the 70s, have these religious horror movies coming out, like The Omen and The Exorcist, stuff like
Yeah.
that. And
There was a lot of that, eh?
yeah, that's right. Back in those days, and I think growing up, my parents were into those kind of things, like those supernatural things to do with the church and the Bible and all that kind of stuff. The devil,
Yeah,
the devil, and all that. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, I used to, because I can remember not liking the Omen, because just that little boy. I
Damien.
just remember the scene when he's holding the mother's hand and he turns around.
Yeah,
He's like, evil ass. I'm like, what the hell is this?
at the end there, yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah.
So I grew up on all that. I grew up on Omen, Exorcist, Jaws when Jaws was out too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
man.
me.
Yeah, so I think it's been ingrained in me ever since I was a kid. So horror movies sort of come naturally, and I think for a long time horror movies, especially in the 80s, 90s, being low budget sort of things, right? I noticed
and it,
the slasher movie genre has been really it took off in the late 70s and the 80s with Halloween. Halloween started it all with Michael Myers. And
Oh.
then you get Friday the 13th with Jason. And all
Yep.
those movies, I think, got up to part 9. Jason takes a man heading. Or something like that.
is that when he finally gets his hockey mask?
No, he gets it in part 3, I think. Part
Okay.
3 he gets it. Because he's not in part 1, it's his mother.
Yeah.
And then part
Yeah.
2, he's got a bag over his head, like a sack. Eh?
Yeah, with a hole, like just one hole or something.
Yeah,
on
that's
the-
right.
Yeah, it's crack up.
And I think it's part 3 he gets his mask, or yeah, I think it's part 3. And
The
then
sound effects for that was good, eh?
yeah, that like creepy, eh?
Yeah.
Like creepy kind of stuff. But
Where the fuck's that coming from?
so these slasher movies were onto it in the 80s, 90s. You had Freddy Krueger as well with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep.
That became a franchise. So all these franchises coming out, Michael Myers and all that, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. These are superstars, eh? These characters are superstars in the horror world,
Yo,
right? So, and then in the 2000s, you sort of get horror movies that are like low budget. You get the Blumhouse Studios that come out and bring out these low budget as horror movies, but make a lot of money out of it. So they start doing their stuff, and we don't get really much. We get much of the same kind of things happening in the 2000s until I think Hereditary comes out, and Ari Aster, that's his first movie to come out, and I think that sort of changed the whole thing because now instead of scaring people, you're traumatizing people, right? And that's a different feeling. That's a different experience, right? And I think when Hereditary came out in 2017, I think it was, you got to fact check that, but man, that started for me like a renaissance in horror movies. Like horror movies now have like deeper stories and like psychological, and now like better storytelling, right?
Yeah.
It's not just
Yeah.
the it's not just blood and gore and slasher films. It's now supernatural. It's now a better story. It's like a mystery. It's suspense. It's intrigue. It's all of that now, and you got that with Hereditary scaring you, and then Midsommar comes after that, and that's even worse. Like Ari Aster, like he's the man when it came to making those two horror movies he made. And you watch Edding today, his latest film. It's not really a horror movie, but the COVID one with Pedro Pascal
Yeah.
and
That was like what the fuck kind of movie for me. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, went through the whole thing. I mean, probably midway to the end, I was like, what the hell?
yeah, that's right.
It's like, yeah, it's unexpected. For me, it was unexpected. So I was in new territory watching that movie.
Yeah,
I was like, what's going on?
yeah. So Hereditary starts off this new version of horror movies. Now it's more blockbustery. Now it's better stories. It's sort of like a movie auteur. So sort of now you get these good directors, these writers coming in now, and because after Hereditary, Midsommar, then you get Barbarian comes out, and that was the guy who did Weapons. That was a big hit this year, right? Barbarian comes out, and
Barbarian, man.
and that's got a little bit of comedy in it. It's got a mystery, suspense, and
Disgusting.
it's disgusting as well. But it's freaky, but it's a good story. It's a good story, and the characterization is really good. So it's great writing there, right? And when he does Weapons a few years later, into 2025, so like that movie's mean too. Like everything about it is really good. It's a mystery as well. It's scary. It's unpredictable. You don't know who the bad guy is until it's revealed, and you go, "Oh, what the hell?" So you don't even know what's going on halfway through the film until it's revealed to you, right? So, it's engaging like that. So I think these new horror movies that are coming out are like that now. A better stories, right? And it's a better experience for you. It's not cheap and low budget. Like I remember watching a lot of those Blumhouse films. Like
It's the perfect thing was probably Blair Witch, where they just use basically a camcorder.
Yeah.
And they just run around in the forest.
Yeah, the
But it
found
made millions.
footage, the found footage sort of films, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or there's fake horror films where a bunch of guys go down a subway, abandoned subway, and then they find these people that have been deformed somehow. And freaky shit like that. But it works.
Yeah, it works.
But on the head.
And that was a big moneymaker because it cost like 1,000 to make.
Yeah, because there was only a few people running around in the subway in the middle of the night
Yeah, that's
with
right.
a camcorder.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
right.
fuck.
But that didn't really last long, eh? You don't really get
Nah,
those kind of movies now. So that was the era, right? And I think
Yeah.
we're in the era right now. Like Hereditary starts a new era in horror movies.
Bro,
And-
that film, oh my gosh. I fell on that by accident and I was like, what? I was like, I've never seen a horror film like that.
Exactly. And
So
I
it's
think
like, fuck.
this is what we're going to get now. We're going to get this new level of horror films, a new way of telling that genre. Now it's deeper stories, it's relatable stories, it's a mystery. The mystery, the feeling of not knowing what's ahead of you is what you really want in a horror movie, right? And I think
Yeah.
Hereditary and Midsommar successfully gives you that experience now, and where a lot of the other movies, like the Blumhouse stuff, like I was saying before, like Night Swim, the one with the did you watch that one? Night Swim
Which
with
one?
the evil swimming pool.
No.
And then there's that one, Lights Out, when the monster only comes when it's dark.
No, I haven't seen that
You
one
turn off
either.
the lights and that's when the monster comes. There's that one. There's heaps. Final Destination.
Oh yeah, there's a crack up. They're more comedy like.
Yeah, but those are those horror films where you know what you're in for. That's
Yeah,
why people
yeah.
like some people don't like horror movies. Once you say horror movie, they go, "Nah, I don't want to watch it," because they already know. They already know what they can't handle, But it's for me, it's different. It's like the mystery now. Like I want to watch these new horror movies coming out because there's more to it than just scares, right? So, and this is what I'm seeing with these new horror films. So, for example, for these horror films I'm talking about, and I already said it before, but after Midsommar, there comes Barbarian. Black Phone is one of them. So when Black Phone comes out, the first one, bro, that came out same time as Barbarian, and
Oh,
that
sure.
just made me. It came out the same year as Barbarian, but that made me feel like, man, we got like 3 mean ass horror movies in a row, right? Or 4: Hereditary, Midsommar, Barbarian, and Black Phone.
Black phone.
And man, I was just so excited, and so wanting more of these type of horror movies, right? You had that one with the Australians, those YouTubers, the Australians that made that movie, the one that the hand, what's that one? The statue of a hand.
Oh,
So Come Talk to Me or something.
talk to me. Yeah,
Yeah, Talk to Me. So they come in and make that movie. They made another one too, but it didn't do quite well. After Talk to Me, but yeah, man. Now we're getting some real quality sort of horror movies now. So
Can you imagine Friday the 13th with the caliber of Hereditary? Holy shit, that'd be something to watch. Wow.
yeah, but yeah, man. That's my take on horror movies and how it's changed, and I think changed for the
Yep,
better.
yep.
Like we had even the Jordan Peele stuff.
Yes.
When he came out with Get Out, like
Get
that,
Out was freaky.
that kind of stuff. Like unpredictable, it's relatable. It's from a African American perspective. Deals with interracial relationships. Deals with slavery. Bringing all that stuff into a horror movie. There's these extra things that could mix into a horror movie, which is pretty cool. And Jordan Peele has done that. He done that with Gets Out. The next one he does with the family, that there's a doppelganger of them.
Yeah, that was good.
I
was
forgot the
really
name of that
good.
one, but that was good too. And then his Jaws,
Us.
yeah, there's Us, and then the one called Nope, the one with it's like Jaws in the sky, in the sky.
Yeah, that's right. It's a like alien. It's an alien being,
Yeah,
and it comes and it sucks its prey out of the, but it flies over already like a cloud,
yeah, that's right.
and it just sucks its food up like us, like the human beings out of the ground.
Exactly. And these movies do the same thing. It gives you mystery. You don't know what's going on
Yeah,
until it's revealed. It's unpredictable, and that's what I mean, man. These are the type of horror movies we're getting now. And
It had. I guess it had to be up to that level now because the audience is hard to to convince now these days, especially with all the CGI and special effects we have now. So you can't just put up anything that's like picking up Friday the 13th now. I don't think it will work with the audience now, especially with the young generation. They'll just laugh at the guy with the hockey mask with the sound effects of walking around all over the place.
well,
Like,
in a
what the
way,
fuck?
they have brought back that type of movie with Terrifier, the clown.
Ah, yeah.
Like 1, 2,
Yeah,
and 3, Terrifier 1, 2, and 3. I mean, those movies are over the top, man, and
Yeah.
those are slasher movies, but it's slasher movie in a way where it's like, fucking hell, this is like 10 times 100 when it comes to Michael Myers and Jason and all that. Like these Terrifier movies are fun. They are fun, and if you like horror genre, if you like horror movies, you watch Terrifier for the fun of it.
It's funny too because it's tricky how they made the main slasher a clown. Because
Yeah.
most people, are scared of the fucking clowns, especially after it. So that was a good move by the creator.
Art the Clown, yeah.
He's just got a mean ass, like a terrifying smile.
Yeah, it's crack up. But like, it's cartoonish, right? It's cartoonish. And you know what we're going to get when you watch a Terrifier film. And it's just fun because it does everything Friday the 13th and Halloween does and Freddy Krueger does, but it makes it over the top where you're just reminded about what these films were back in the days and the modernization of it and just the absurdity of them. Like, just the crack up ways of killing people, like this Art the Clown, he's like and he doesn't even show any emotion, he's just a fun clown, like he's always smiling and all that, so that's what makes it comedic, man. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's fun, and yeah, I like them. Yeah, man, so that brings me to this little topic that I got before we get into the review of Black Phone 2 to 2025. What horror movies sort of stood out for you this year? Like, considering we just Googled what came out, blockbusters, sort of horror movie blockbusters, Weapons came out, Sinners came out. I think the first horror movie I saw in January was Companion. And I read a review on their website, www.weswesnet.com, on Companion, so you can check that out if you want to. Some other movies that I started to watch and I couldn't watch anymore not because it was like too scary, but it was just kind of boring. And that one was Monkey, the toy monkey.
Yeah, I never got to watch that.
But what sort of horror films stood out for you this year in 2025?
I think the first two you mentioned, Sinners and Weapons, especially Weapons. Weapons was good. I recently watched the Conjuring, The Last Rites. I found that all right. I wouldn't say it's up there with Weapons in it. What else that sends out? I know we just watched Black Phone in that, and I watched the first Black Phone, and then we went to the movies to watch Black Phone 2. But they didn't stand out that much to me compared to Sinners and especially Weapons. Weapons was like, oh my gosh. Didn't expect that at all. I like those kind of movies. They're so awesome. I can't really think of anything else that came out this year that really stood out for me apart from Weapons and Sinners.
Yeah, there's a couple here. I'm just looking it up, and there's a couple here that I would like to see. Haven't seen yet. There's the Dave Franco movie, Together. The poster of him and his wife, and the lips are like joined together. There's that one I wanted to watch. There's trailers that I saw of some of these I didn't see. After that, there's The Woman in the Yard, which had a scary trailer that I saw earlier.
Oh, what was the Nicholas Longlegs?
Nicolas
Cage?
Cage? I think that was last year, was it?
Oh, okay.
That was last year. So Oz Perkins, that wrote and directed Longlegs, he's the guy that was behind The Monkey.
Oh, okay.
That I didn't really like. I didn't finish watching it. It was kind of boring. Companion, as I mentioned, I watched. Weapons was really good. Sinners was good.
Yes.
So Sinners, Weapons, Conjuring, Last Rites. I haven't seen that yet, but yeah, I'll get to it. And I think that's about it.
Yeah.
And Black Phone 2 that we're going to talk about soon.
Yeah. I was just looking at my list. Most of my list is just old school 80s, 90s, and a lot of sci-fi.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
I've only got a few pockets of horror here and there.
So yeah, man, like 2 blockbusters of horror movies this year: Sinners and Weapons.
Weapons,
which were 2 pretty cool movies, I must say.
Yeah,
they're different kind of movies, but
both
cool.
Different from each other.
Cool. I thought Weapons, man, had everything. Even though my initial thoughts with the reveal of who the villain was, kind of like, oh, was that all for me? But it was actually a good story, It had everything that we wanted in a horror movie: mystery, some scares, some
Yeah.
out of it scenes and just some scary moments, man. So great acting too. It was a good film and a good follow up to his movie Barbarian he did a couple of years ago. Compare that to Sinners, different kind of movie. Sinners is more to me action movie, thriller.
Yep.
Sort of like Dust Till Dawn meets I don't know,
Jazz.
a belly maybe Nas and
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Probably too far fetched that comparison, but yeah, man. Sinners, is up there. Sinners up there for me. So yeah, 1 year to 2025, two great horror movies, cracking the box office, cracking the blockbuster, and you can probably put Conjuring up there as well. What was your thoughts on both those movies, Sinners and Weapons?
Yeah, I love them both. I like the music. The soundtrack of Sinners, definitely, it was awesome. Even the cast, how they were singing and stuff, the actors in it, really mean songs in there, and the action and the CGI. It was a different take on vampires, and it was really cool looking. Like I really enjoyed those vampires. Very different than any other vampires we've seen on film. So that whole thing was great, and just the mixture with the the old legends of the voodoo stuff in that, and their old. I think they were bringing some of their culture in there, so that was cool too. I enjoyed that. Weapons is like holy cow! I did not expect that. When we do find out who the villain is, it's like, really, you get to sing like she's not that scary, but then when she does her shit, it's like holy fuck, she's next level. So you kind of get it, and just the whole. I like how the guys when they're possessed, and they're not in control, and she's like making them do whatever. How they made these characters to stand there or with their eyes, they strain their eyes open even more.
Yeah.
Like the eyeballs are gonna pop out. I was like, fuck, that's freaky. Especially with the Asian guy at the petrol station. He's like going after the girl and his eyes are almost like popping out of his head. Like, fuck.
Yeah, that was a memorable scene, that one. That's the scene I would rewatch over and over again.
That's the reason why I watched it, because I saw that trailer and I was like, what the? It fucking said like heebie-jeebies down my spine.
Nice. All right, also, we will talk about Black Phone 2. That came out last week, but we watched it on Tuesday. Yeah, before we do any spoilers, we'll just talk to you guys about the movie, how we felt about it, without revealing too much, and then we'll get into some spoilers and some scenes. But for you, man, your first thoughts on... Because you watched the first Black Phone that same day, eh?
Yeah, I watched it the same day, and I found that... I actually, after that day, I thought the second one was better than the first. But when I thought about it more later on, because you were mentioning, I thought the first one's better. And I kind of thought about the first one, and then I thought about what we just finished watching. And I was like, oh yeah, I feel that the first one's better too. And I'll talk about the reasons why. But yeah, because there were a lot of stuff in the first one that wasn't explained, which I reckon was good. And I was hoping this movie will fill some of those plot holes. But it did. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, I was hoping that the movie will fill some of those plot holes. I was hoping for more scares like the first one. I don't know, some more CGI in that. Did I think it did that? I think it did in some aspects, but not in a good way. I think that's as much as I can say without spoiling the rest. What about you?
Bro, when I mentioned those 4 movies that sort of took a turn, taking horror movies to another level, I put Black Phone in there, the first one, and it was well deserved. Yes. I thought, because Black Phone, for me, was me. I loved it. I love Black Phone. I loved the whole story I like the creepiness of it and the unpredictability of it. It was like a survival kind of trap guy film. The kid's trapped in the basement and and he's kidnapped from the killer called the Grabber, right? And he's like killed all these kids, and he's the latest victim, right? He's kidnapped these kids and killed them after putting them in a putting them in prison in his house in his basement for a little while before he kills them. I don't know what he does, but
Yeah,
yeah, but
it's weird because
yeah,
you don't get the full picture of that,
yeah,
and it's kind of strange what he does with them. But like you said, he keeps these kids in there, and then but he doesn't keep a whole bunch of them. He kills them one at a time, eh?
mm,
So he's like really thinking about what he does.
yeah,
He's
that's
very
right.
careful.
So the guy was played by Ethan Hawke, and he's a well-known actor. He's been in a lot of stuff over the years. So he plays that part, and he wears like a mask, like a Joker mask, or something. Looks like a Joker mask. Looks like a Joker mask, but they repainted it and put horns on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I love the first one, man. I love the story. I love how the genre changed for me. Like it was cool. I love horror movies when the hero fights back.
Yeah.
When the hero fights back. I love that. It's like you've been like scared all through the movie.
No, too.
The monsters like, kicking ass, killing all your friends, killing heaps of people, and then you stop and you realize, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, and you go hard, and I love that. I love when that happens in horror movies. It doesn't happen much, but when it happens, I'm hyped, man. It's cool because you know what? I think that's what I would do. I'll fight back, man.
Yeah. No, I think for me, I'm the opposite. I rather prefer the
Running away.
villain winning and the victim gaining his paycheck.
Yeah. So
I think I'm the other way around.
So yeah, man. For me, the changes to an action movie when the victim turns into the hero and fights back, and yeah, man, that's Black Phone 1. And I came out of that movie thinking, man, this is great, man. Man, it's like every horror film I've seen. The last 4 horror movies are like mean, So keep on coming.
Yeah. That first one, when I watched that first one, it kind of set my expectations for the second film. So I was already keen after that. I was like, yep, because I watched that in the morning, I think, just after work, and then I had to sleep, but then we went to go check that out at the movies.
Yeah, that's right.
So like, oh, yeah, sweet. But, yeah.
So we watched part 2, and straight out of the bat, going in, I was excited.
Yeah, me too.
But I think 45 minutes in, I was thinking, so this is boring. This is actually boring. And there's reasons for that. Well, to make a long story short, it's not as good as part 1. Part 2 is not as good as part 1. And I think, when we were talking about it after we watched it, there's a lot of things in this movie, the second part, that I reckon they shouldn't have done. And what I mean by that is, I hate movies when they have a lot of exposition. I hate movies where the dialogue explains stuff that in real life people wouldn't even say that to explain stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
There's
a lot of explaining about the story in this one.
Yeah.
That I thought that you didn't need to do that. Because, man, I hate when people make movies and they write movies and it's like they have to hold your hand through it. Like, they're trying to explain to you what the story is about so you get it.
Yeah, it was like the director was scared that the audience wasn't going to get the plot of the story or something. And he was like, oh, shit, these guys might not understand what's going on, so I better hand out these easy dialogues out so these guys know what's happening. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, oh, man. And it just went through like that throughout the whole movie.
Especially the first half an hour, first 45 minutes. Like,
because I didn't know stuff, and I was like, wow. But I was waiting to find out on my own. Like, don't give me the answer. Let me figure it out.
Exactly. It's doing the opposite of what these mean-ass horror movies have been doing since Hereditary, right? It's not explaining jack shit. It doesn't have to. You just go off the flow, go off the mystery, and whatever happens, happens. And the most scary part about it is that you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on.
That's what made that's why when I looked back at the first one, I was going, that's what it was doing. It wasn't explaining too much. I didn't know too much. Like, I didn't know about the brother and sister and their special abilities. And I was like, wow, this is a really good movie. When I came to this one, oh, man. was like every scene was like a served out dish.
Exactly. Remember when we watched Long Legs? Did you watch Long Legs? Eh?
No, I haven't actually.
You haven't? Oh, you haven't watched
I
Long
haven't.
Legs? Oh man, that is scary. And that's another
It
movie where
looks
you don't
too-
know what's going on.
It looks too scary for me.
It doesn't explain anything. It doesn't explain who this bad guy is, why he's doing it. You don't need to know. You don't need to know. And
All right, then tell me.
and you know that's why I felt when we were watching Black Phone 2, because the story is sort of the story happens after Black Phone 1, right? So the kids are older, the boy's older, the boy Finn, he's older, sister's older. But remember in Black Phone 1, Ethan Hawke's dead. Ethan Hawke's character's dead. So if you watch the trailers, I'm not spoiling anything. If you watch the trailers, obviously he's back because he's in the trailer. Is he a ghost or not? Right? So the story continues on. Right? Well, there's supernatural things about it because in the first one it's supernatural because the people that ring him up on the phone when he's in the basement in part 1 is the ghosts of the kids that died there, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to help him. You don't know this, but they're trying to help him escape. Right? Those ghosts are actually good ghosts. They're trying to help him, right? So it sort of makes sense to me, and I sort of guessed it from the trailer that Ethan Hawke's character, the grabber, he's dead, but now he's a ghost in the same realm as these kids were, trying to help, right? So that was the obvious thing for me. But it was like, okay, cool. So we're gonna, and when you watch it, it's sort of like a lot of it takes place in the dream world. So a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street comes through. So you can tell this movie was inspired by Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
You go to sleep, you have a dream, Freddy Krueger shows up, it kills you in your dream, and you die in the real life. So it's that concept,
Yeah,
So Black Phone 2 has that concept.
it reminds me a little bit of Doctor Sleep as well. The astro projecting, like you go to sleep, you can go around wherever you want, kind of thing. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I got those kind of vibes as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, but man, thing that kills it for me was just all that explaining. There's the explaining parts in the film are unnecessary, and it makes the movie boring.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of it in the first half an hour, 45 minutes, and then I'm sitting there watching it. I'm saying, man, I don't want to know all that. Like, get on with the story, get on with it. Like, I know you didn't need to connect it back to the first film. As if people are going to watch part 2 and not watch part 1. Right? So are you doing it just for them? For the people that haven't watched part 1? Like, you got to explain stuff all the time. Because that scene when they're sitting down in the lunchroom with the camp coordinator dudes. And they explain the history of her mum, the mum.
Yeah, that was
You
weird.
know, it's like, man, that's
cares?
the boring stuff. Because I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make sure the audience, like I said before, you're trying to make sure the audience gets the story. Like, man, we didn't ask for it.
There must have been a review somewhere about the first one where the audience didn't get the story somehow. I didn't. I don't know. The director must have gotten like spooked.
Yeah. So that, for me, that was a big thing. That was a big deal for me. This movie blasts that out loud to you. That okay. We need to explain some stuff in case you don't get it.
In case you don't understand English,
we're gonna tell you these little
step
stories.
by step.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that killed it for me. So, yeah, I was kind of disappointed with this film. It had some pretty cool scenes, 1 or 2 cool scenes I enjoyed.
I enjoyed the aesthetics of it, like like there's some of the CGI in that and special effects. It was awesome. It was like really good.
Yeah,
the scares were good too.
The look of the film. So the camera changes when you're in the different state, right? You get the dream state and the camera changes. That sort of stuff happens in the movie. And I just thought it just fell short, and just that exposition, man, killed it for me, man. Yeah, killed a brilliant part 1. You probably didn't have to do the part 2 if you're gonna do it like this. But yeah, man.
It had some Friday the 13th vibes as well, being at a lake.
Yeah.
I was going,
Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah, Crystal Lake again.
Camp Crystal Lake again.
Yeah, just gonna jump out of the lake.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna do spoiler alert right now. So yeah, man. So if you guys, we're gonna spoil this movie, talk about some scenes and storyline and the characters. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. If you really want to go watch it, because it wasn't that great. But if you want to go watch it. Come back and you can hear us break it down. All right. Spoiler alert from now on. Your favorite scenes, bro?
I like how at the lake, how they were trying to find the boys, the three boys that were murdered by the grabber. That was pretty cool, especially with I think it was flares that they had around the lake. They gave it a real spooky look as well. Tell you the truth, I can't think of any other good scenes. I mean, I like the blizzard scene when they were coming to the camp. That was cool, especially when they were walking around the camp.
Yeah.
And that flipping blizzard was crazy. I know it's a steak scene, but the part where it's a Gwen, and she's sleeping sleeping by herself, but you got those heaters with the red light. I was like, whoa.
Look like Tron. Tron
it kind of looked like Tron, but it had a weird kind of sound effect to it that made it real spooky looking. That you knew something was gonna happen, and I was like, man, why did they let her sleep by herself for? I was like, wow, what a perfect setup. You just if you're a movie buff like us, you know something's gonna happen.
You know what I get about that scene? They're counselors, right? Isn't that rules for just the kids?
Yeah, and the other thing I was thinking, isn't that a health and safety kind of thing? There's only a few of them, they all could sleep together. There's not, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
It's like, shit. But, yeah, I guess the scene too with the phone call and I think the story about the mum, that was kind of cool too. They didn't do too much in that, but then what came afterwards was like, oh yeah, I'll tell you the whole story. But yeah, there's a couple of scenes. Yeah, they're alright.
Yeah, this movie sort of was a different direction. Went into a different direction there. Because if you think about part one, part one showed us that the mum who committed suicide in part one had supernatural powers or some psychic powers or something like that, right? So was it connected to the grabber? Well, it's revealed in part two that it is, right? And that the whole story changes to when the grabber and the mum used to be camp counselors at this Christian camp, right? So the kids have to go. It's weird, because all of a sudden, he's part of the family. He knew, he's part of the family history.
I was like, what?
All of a sudden. Which is kind of weird, because you know how he stages her suicide? Why? He didn't do that with any other victims. He straight out just chopped them up. So why didn't he chop her up? Why did he have to go back and stage the suicide? You know what I mean?
Bro, you know the worst thing about it is that guy was in the same town. I don't know for how long. And these kids were going missing. There were 5 or 6 kids, right?
Yeah.
Dying in the same area. And, the police are fucking dumb, man.
Well, he wore a mask, didn't he? He painted his face white or something.
They could have just figured out, he's got to be in the area somewhere.
Yeah. I thought all the freakiness, it didn't have the creepiness of part one.
No.
It didn't have any of that.
A lot of the... I felt like a lot of the... the focus was on the girl.
Yeah.
Her powers were intensifying in it, and most of it was off Finn.
Yeah.
Finn only came in when she needed help.
That was actually took a back step in this one, eh? Finn
he took a massive step.
Step back, and the girl, Gwen, her sister, Gwen,
took over.
She was the hero of the film, eh? This time around.
Yeah.
I just thought, it's hard to talk about this film when what annoys me the most is all the explaining stuff.
Explaining.
Man, that annoys me so much. I can't even think what's good about this movie. But there's certain scenes that are cool, like the scene when she's being thrown around in the incinerator room in the campsite when they come and try to save her.
Yeah, and the grabber's got her. We can see it, but they can't.
Yeah, that's right. But they see her flying around in midair.
Yeah.
And then the Christian couple who are like, she's the devil. and all that kind of stuff.
It was funny that scene at the lake where the grandma kind of goes past the lady, and I think he bumps her or something. Man, I was like, yes, kick her in the mouth.
I thought they were gonna die
Yeah, me too.
because he came in the skates.
I thought that was funny. He was like skating on the ice. I was like, hey. Would have been better if they just did it with no skates. You would have looked more scarier.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
I thought there were too many dream sequences. Like it got to the point where the dream sequence came, and I was like, "Oh, come on! Like, hurry up,
and
get over it."
And you could tell too with that fuzzy, like vision.
Yeah.
Fuzzy vision that they put on the lenses.
I thought they took too long, and there were too many of it. And it's like, yeah, like I said, like get on with it. I want to see the action.
Especially the parts where they have her like sleeping, and then she's in that state, and then they have her. Then you have to watch her wake up, get up, and then walk out. I was like, come on, just cut to the main part. I was like, a bit of a drag.
It had a lot of Sixth Sense stuff where she can see the dead bodies or the dead boys, and they come to her like they want to kill her or something. They're scary when they show up, but they actually want help. They want to be found. And the whole thing about it is to try to get rid of or try to diminish the power of the grabber, because he's powerful when you're scared of him. So he feeds off your fear, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So a big theme of the movie, and it's realized at the end, was don't be afraid. Like, overcome your fears by taking it head on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think his main power source was because these kids were found. So they weren't properly buried or missed, thing by their families. So I think that's where he got most of his power from. But yeah,
just the emotions come with that there.
Yeah, and that's why he was still around.
Yeah.
Once they got rid of that, then yeah.
The best scene for me, my favorite scene, was the scene where she was in the phone booth, and she realizes she's got power in the dream, and she blows up the phone booth.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And she walks to him and tells him, "Hey."
Yeah. Because I think
at that point I was thinking, yeah, it's all on. It's the ending of part 1 where it turns into an action movie when Finn fights back. She's gonna fight back in the dream, so she's gonna have powers. Like on Nightmare on Elm Street, the Dream Warriors. I think that one.
Yeah,
do you remember that one? The chicks, the group of the kids, they fight Freddy. They fight back in the dream.
Yeah,
in the dreams.
One of them learns martial arts.
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of that. A lot of inspiration from Nightmare on Elm Street there, with Gwen falling asleep and battling the grabber in her dreams. But yeah, what? Yeah, it's that kind of horror movie was a typical. It turned into a typical horror movie, right? Before Hereditary, your typical horror movies. Part 1 was different because, yeah, it made you think. It was unpredictable. It was mystery. This one,
is
sort of, yeah, but not really. You already know who the grabber was. All you want to know was the in-game fight.
Yeah, like the whole campsite scene, like I was saying, it would have been better if that place was like run down or nobody there, like deserted, and they figure out, and the audience and the characters figure out the connections, rather than a person that's been living there for ages telling you the story of your mom. I was like, holy shit, he's still there. It's like, damn. Yeah, that was stink.
Yeah. So, yeah, not many scary scenes, I thought. And
No.
just a straightforward film, just one set piece. So all the action happens at a camp near a lake. It's winter time.
Yeah, because I even forgot about Finn for a while. I was like,
yeah.
oh, it's more like a Gwen movie.
Yeah, that's right. Man, I got nothing else to say.
Yeah, neither. Apart from Finn having this little fit in the beginning.
Yeah, it was the same director as the first one. So,
Yeah.
And it's based off a story from someone else. So, yeah, probably not the best kind of sequel. Probably not the
Oh,
best sequel in general. All sequels seem to be not as good as the first ones. In a lot of the movies like that.
yeah. The surprising part was the dad. He looked more like, because I think he was off the booze, eh? The father was off the booze, so clearly he looked in a better headspace than the first movie. Man, he was all over the place, blaming the wife's visions on her killing herself, and all the time it was the grandma.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, sweet man. What about these characters? So Finn, yeah, he was like the side dude, eh? Now, like we were saying before, Gwen is the main person now. Oh man, there was some lame parts, like the end, like when she gets a phone call from her mom, and there's no mystery about it. You knew it was the mom,
Yeah.
and then the mom tells her to tell her brother something, and then there's a whole scene of her telling her brother what her mom says. Like, oh, man, why do you waste my time with that? Hey. And this is exactly what ruined the movie.
Yeah,
Like-
there's some parts you just skipped, but he carried on. So
Honestly,
wait, you have to see the sister tell the brother that the mom was on the phone. Oh man, I don't know what the guy's thought process was in this movie. He must have been on drugs.
I don't know, but it's made money. If you look on the box office, it had a budget of 30 million. Right now, it's at 54 million.
So he's 20 million profit, pretty much.
Yeah, so people are watching it, so that's good. But yeah, man, it's not really. I was disappointed considering how good part one was.
Yeah, well, I actually thought it was better than part one, but then when I thought about it, I was like, nah, there was more mystery, more. I didn't know what was going on in part one. So if he carried on with that same formula that he had in the first one, and this one, it might have been a lot better movie than the first.
Yeah,
But
or just not have it at the camp.
Yeah,
Just not
I
have it
didn't
at the
think-
camp.
I didn't see the reason why they had to go there. Other, to find out then the mother's history, but there could have been other ways of doing it.
The part where the camp counselor, the Spanish guy, realizes, oh,
Mexican, eh?
that's your mom. Like, and then,
Yeah.
oh, the whole history. And then when Finney goes, that's him in the photo. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, the eats. Just for the
Yeah.
story, eh? Just for the story. All right, bro. Let's do
That's too easy.
Let's do some ratings now. So, let's do the channel 1 through 5. What should we call it?
We need a name for it.
Yeah.
Still haven't figured out a name for it. We need to get a proper rating system in the 135 channel.
Let's call it for now the rapid ratings. I don't know. Fuck. Something starts with RR. Something ratings. I don't know. If anyone out there knows a good name for us to call our ratings, we'll call it channel 1 through 5 ratings for now.
Yeah.
So we're going to do out of 10. So 10 is going to be your elite status. For me, it's Empire Strikes Back. It's The Godfather. Those kind of movies. Elite
Ooh.
status. Out of 10.
Like my 10,000 BC.
What's yours, bro? What's your rating? For Black Phone 2.
If I'm looking at it right and I'm doubling what I do out of 5, then it's a 6. Or
6.
Probably a 5.
5. Average. Right.
Oh, hang on. Okay, then if that's the case, then it has to be something lower than average. So it would probably be a 4 point something.
I am going to give it a 2. 2 out of 10.
Ooh. Shit.
Because it does not stand up to the first one. And there's been a lot of better horrors out there this year even. And the last 5 years. So this doesn't make the cut. I won't even watch this again.
Nah, neither.
I'll watch part 1 again. I want to watch this again. So yeah. Why a 2? Why not a 1? What did I like? I like the part where she exploded the phone booth and she was gonna fight back. And that made me smile when I was in the movie theater. I was like,
Yeah.
I was kind of hyped when that happened, and so that's why I'm not giving it 1. I'm giving it 2 for that scene.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think I only gave it a 4 because like I like the CGI in that was used in it, especially the the visuals with her sleeping in the bunker and the heaters with the red lights and the flares at the lake. Even the lake was done really well, and the blizzard scene that was cool. Yeah, and I think that's probably only the reason why I gave it a 4.
All right, man.
Yeah, it's very sad. Like we sound sad. Like this movie sucks. Why are we talking about it?
Well, we're gonna get that on the show. We're gonna get the good. We're
Yeah.
gonna get the bad. So,
No.
but that's cool, man. You guys get to listen to before the spoiler alert. You can tell if it's good or not. If you like our taste. So, yeah, man. Good to have you on, bro. Good to talk about this movie and good to finish another episode of Channel 135. See you guys next week. We're gonna talk about Tulsa King. Oh, you weren't here for Tulsa King.
Bro, honest to God, I I slept the whole day. Like I've been to war and back.
Well, come on the next one. We're gonna talk Tulsa King episode 6 next week.
Yo.
And yeah, we'll go to movies on Tuesday and we'll do another review of that movie we watched. Must be out of 2 movies, eh? We'll decide Springsteen or Shelby Oaks, another horror movie.
Oh, okay.
Or what ones have you got on your mind?
No, I haven't even looked.
Okay.
I haven't watched too much on TV apart from Gen 5.
All right, sweet. All right, thanks for joining on, Eric. See you next week on Tulsa King if you can make it. And yeah, man, catch you guys on the next one. Bye.
Wow.